If you have like 20, 30 bucks, there are like 20,000 different budget earphones vying for your cash right now. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but there's definitely no lack of options here. But what if, instead of picking the obvious first choices, you go and pick the option that falls a bit under the radar, yet still manages to delight your ears? Now I think that's the niche that the Kiwi Ears Belle is trying to slot into. Now it's an unassuming little IEM that actually contains the results of years worth of just little refinement, taking a little bit of everything from its past competitors and all adding up to something a bit more than the sum of its parts. The Kiwi Ears Belle doesn't really jump out at you as an interesting IEM, from the pretty standard looking graph to the budget pricing, and even when I first got this thing in for review and for my first few listening sessions, it just didn't exactly wow me at all. But the thing is though, the stock tips on this thing, they aren't that great. They don't go into your ears deep enough and they muffle the sound a little bit. So trust me, ditch the stock ear tips, get yourself some Tangent TAPB bass tips, or I don't know, like anything that goes into your ears a bit deeper, and then the true potential of the Kiwi Ears Belle is revealed. It's a kind of relaxed but really coherent sound, which is quite easy on the ears, and the longer that you listen to it, the more I feel like the signature just kind of clicks with you. Now the bass on the Kiwi Ears Belle is quite similar to, I'd say, the Tripowin Vivace. It's giving you a more thickened up, an enveloping low end that's probably not the final word on detail, but it certainly is fun and comforting, giving you an impact that has just extended decay. When I played Beat Eater by the triple fret combo of Suisse, Mori Calliope, and Rene, I really liked how the bass lines, they kind of ball up into this smooth performance, complementing the vocals. And I wouldn't recommend super fast tracks with this kind of low end, but it certainly works well for the tonality that Kiwi Ears is trying to portray here. The mid-range performance on the Belle, it's not explosive, but rather quite restrained and understated. It's not recessed, no. It's got like fairly neutral lower mids, but upper mids here granting vocals a good presence in the mix, though the subdued overtones do give voices this kind of rounded off feeling. As a result, the Belle doesn't really bias between like male or female vocals. It lets both Ado and Imagine Dragons show off their vocal talent in Take Me to the Beach, and providing just enough detailing to not muddy the mix. From a quick Google search, it seems that the Belle was originally going to have like an extra nose balanced armature in it, probably like handing the high range, but whatever the case may be, I think Kiwi Ears made the right call to just let the single dynamic driver do all the work in this final release iteration. The Belle, it often lacks a bit of air, yet anytime like cymbals or snare drums appear on the sidelines, they're presented with like a surprising amount of clarity. I Got That Wow by M. Kada is a good showcase of this. Whilst the main vocals, they're kind of more rolled off and less grungy, the little plucking melody in the back and the 808s continue to get shown off with great nuance and some crispness as well. Now for songs with a more ceremonial and orchestral flair, the Belle's high-end performance, it does struggle to give pianos that extra touch of airiness and energy. Ultimately, treble on the Belle is going to be a supporting element for the entire sound signature rather than like the main character, for better or for worse. Now the Belle, it wouldn't be my first choice, nor my second, nor even my third for like a highly technical set. However, macro detail retrieval is surprisingly good. Honestly, it's showing itself to be a bit better than its brethren, the Kiwi Cadenza, as well as even something like the Vivace 2, which is, for me, known to have like really good macro detailing. Micro details, they're the opposite story though. There's just not much of it at all. What makes the Belle sound coherent, it also makes it have like very poor separation abilities. Imaging here is also quite below average with this IEM, so I wouldn't recommend it for gaming. It's pretty clearly aimed at music consumption. So compared to the Kiwi Ear's Cadenza, you also can hear the Belle's low end being much more filled in, with more quantity, definitely bringing a warmer overall tonality and softer bass texture than the Cadenza's almost like box standard bass performance. Upper mid-range also shows a divergence, with the Cadenza having a slightly brighter tone and better overall separation in this frequency range, whilst the Belle, it has more like subdued vocal inflections, less sharpness with female voices, especially in like female songs or female vocalists with high registers in their voice. Treble on the Cadenza is pretty neutral, but it's practically sparkling when compared to the Kiwi Belle. If I consider it from an overall tonality perspective, I like the more intimate and the calm high end of the Belle to kind of create this relaxed sound. But if we're talking like purely treble performance, then the Cadenza wins out. Comparing with the Tripowin Vivace, I find that the Belle has a lot of similarities in the sound, but it's got some differences in tuning for particular frequencies, as well as build quality improvements overall. Now the Vivace, it had a really rancid cable that I wouldn't wish on even my worst enemies, whilst the Belle's, it's a decent quality affair, which is overall just better. The Vivace features resin construction, but it also has like bubbling, surface imperfections on its faceplate, whilst the Belle might look more plastic, but it opts for a brushed metal faceplate, though both IEMs do have quite comfortable shaping and fits my ears well even for long listening sessions. So sound-wise, the Belle and the Vivace, they share a similar bassy tone, with long decaying bass notes and decent but like not ear-shaking slam factor. That being said, the Vivace tends to have a more enveloping low end, whereas the Belle's bass is more kind of localized to one area. Mid-range on the Belle, I feel, is better done. It retains that vocal presence whilst also highlighting background melodies and percussions a bit better compared to the Vivace. Now, I don't think the Belle will get any awards for treble performance, so naturally the Vivace gains some headway here. Overall though, the two IEMs have quite similar performance, but I think that the Belle is just a little bit better built, along with like this more deliberately warm, coherent, and relaxed signature, and it just puts up a stronger impression than the Vivace's like quite standard neutral tuning profile. The Kiwi Ear's Belle comes in a pretty standard KZ style packaging, but I will always commend Kiwi Ears for having like very professional looking printing on their boxes, and you can definitely see continuity in terms of packaging style from the Cadenza going to the Belle. Now open that up and lifting the clear plastic cover, you'll get the Belle IEMs in some inserts with a small box below containing the silver colored cable. This cable is actually quite nice. It's supple, it doesn't tangle too much if it's a little microphonic, and the generic matte parts do have a bit of personality injected back into them thanks to the logo printed on the jack. Now I also like the inclusion of a basic Velcro strap. It might be basic, but it's always good for cable management. Now to the Belle's accessories, or I guess the lack thereof. You get two types of ear tips, a matte smoky gray type that's a bit stubby, and a softer, smoother feeling clear ear tip. Though both of these, they aren't a great fit. Like I said before, ditch V-stock earpieces and get yourself some Tangent TABB bass ear tips. They go a bit deeper inside and they have just a better silicone feel overall. But that's the thing. There's pretty much nothing in here except for the bare minimum. It's 2026, come on, like I very much would have liked to see like a carrying pouch at least, but nevertheless, the Belle itself is a treat of an IEM. Some IEMs, they'll just jump at you the moment you give it a try, whether through like a really colorful tuning, some new feature, or some kind of eye-catching design. But there are others that are more understated, almost like it's shy or something. And it's not trying to appear like a front runner, but actually having many charms hidden behind that unassuming exterior. And the Kiwi Ears Belle, I think, falls into that latter camp. It's not exactly wowing in terms of its design, nor does it give like a super strong first impression, but its coherent signature and its relaxed delivery will slowly kind of seep into your listening preferences, and it may very well win you over with extended use. Hence, I think I will classify this as a quietly brilliant IEM, rather than like an immediate winning candidate, but still worth a shot. And that's it for this review. It's been a long while since I've gotten back to some IEM stuff, but more are coming soon, don't worry. Drop a like and a sub, and comment on the comment section any IEMs that you want me to cover next. And I'll leave some more videos around here for you to watch. But if nothing else, see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Linsol for providing the Kiwi Ears Belle for review. However, they do not have any creative or editorial control over my review, and all thoughts that I have expressed are that of my own.